Hey guys, it's me, Devin. I'm here to make a Detroit Lions 2016 season preview. How I feel like the season's gonna go. Talk about some of the players. Talk on my prediction on our overall record at the end of the 2016 season. I'm gonna start off right off the jump. I'm gonna go right into the beginning of the off season with Marvin Jones. I'm gonna talk about Marvin Jones first. Uh, I like acquiring him. I really like that they got him. Honestly, amount of money, you could debate it might have been a little bit too much, but I mean, I think he can play. I think he can outplay that contract. Honestly, I think he's that good of a player. I know he hasn't done a lot in the NFL, but I feel like last season he had a kind of come out season. He had about 890 something yards, 8 touchdowns or something like that, and he was the backup, and he not the backup, but he was the second receiver on a pretty loaded Bengals offense. So if you're a second receiver, you're still probably not going to be getting numbers that a normal second receiver would be getting, an elite second receiver, and you have one of the better wide receivers, lining up across you and AJ Green. So I think that's why he wasn't as successful, and he had a lot of injuries. So I still think he's going to be a really good receiver. Golden Tate, didn't even put up the numbers, half the numbers that he put up last season when Golden Tate was with the Seattle Seahawks. So I think he's going to really do really good. I'm expecting like 1,200 yards from him, honestly, this season. I think he's going to have a really big season. I think he has really good hands. He can run really good routes. He has really good speed. And I'm just really excited. I think and the biggest thing is hands. I can't stand a receiver that can't catch a football, and I think he can do that. He can go up and get it. He uses his size well, so I'm excited to see him. I'm really excited to see him play. I'm excited to see him outperform that contract, hopefully, or at least live up to the contract. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about the guy. I think he's gonna be a huge part of the offense. I think the offense can be really explosive this year, but I'm not gonna get into that right now. Talk about that later in this video. But the next one I want to talk about, he wasn't at the beginning, but he was another. I'm trying to talk about the free agent right now, and I think he was the second biggest free agent we picked up in this offseason, which is Anquan Bolden. Once again, hands. The dude can catch a football, and he can catch it in traffic. He can go up and I don't know if he can go up and get it, but I know he has good enough hands where he probably could. He could get those 50-50 balls. I'm excited about the dude. In the preseason game against Pittsburgh, the same with Marvin Jones. He had really the two preseason games he's been in have been really good. But the one for Anquan Bolden, the first one against Pittsburgh, he had a nice catch for a nice 20-30 yard run, which was really nice. Yeah, I think he's going to be big time for this offense. Obviously, he's the third receiver, but I think he's going to at least have somewhere around 50 catches, possibly 800 yards. I could see him getting 800 yards a season and a couple touchdowns. Honestly, I think he's still going to be a big part of the offense. If he stays healthy, I don't think he's had any injury problems, but I know he's getting up there in age, so I know it probably gets harder as you're getting older. I think he's in his 14th season now, so. But I'm excited, though. I'm really, really excited to see him play and to see this offense play. Once again, not going to get into it right now. I'll talk about it later in the video. But the draft. Now I'm going to talk about the draft. And I'm going to start off by saying I give the draft grade probably a B. A solid B. Wasn't crazy about the draft we had, but it was okay. It was alright. First I'm gonna start off with Taylor Decker, and I like the pick. I'm not crazy about it. Who is really crazy about a first round offensive lineman, but I like the pick. I think it fills a need for us in tackle. Whether he's gonna be our left or right is yet to be determined, but I think it fills a need for both sides. We need one on both sides. We have Riley Reef, but everyone's kind of iffy about him, so we'll see. And I think he's in his contract year too. I say two because I'm going to talk about Matthew Stafford's contract year, but he's in his contract year too, so I mean, he needs the ball this year. I think he's gonna want to be on a left tackle. I think Taylor Decker is more suited to be a right tackle. I think putting Taylor Decker right into the fire of putting him into a left tackle when he was in college, he was a right tackle his entire college career. I think that'd be too much of a culture shock, and I think he would just be set up to fail at left tackle. I think at right tackle, at least he's kind of used to it more. I just think it'd be a better fit for him. And I think he's a better run blocker than he is pass blocker. And I think right tackle, you need to be a really good run blocker. You still need to be a good pass blocker, but definitely a good run blocker. So, I'm not crazy about the pick, but I think it was a good pick. I think it was a solid pick, conservative pick, in which I think not Jim Bob Cooter, but Quinn, our new GM. I think he's trying to bring that Patriots mentality and kind of culture, and I respect it. I mean, I want that. I want what the Patriots have, so I don't mind if he's trying to do that. I think that this pick kind of showed it. He's not really looking for the flashy players. He's looking for guys that he knows going to be here for the long term, and it may not be always exciting, but it gets the job done. A'Shawn Robinson. I did love this pick. I was really in love with this pick. The guy was supposed to be like a first-round draft pick, and he wound up falling like mid-second round. It's kind of where we picked him up. Love the pick. Love the pick, dude. I love the guy. He's like 20. He's like 20 years old or like 21. He's a young guy, and he's big. So big, and he's strong. I think if he just gets the technique and, you know, the scheme of the defense down, the dude will be absolutely unstoppable. I guarantee you, because Terrell Austin's going to give him the go to just rush the crap out of the passer. So I'm super excited about him. I don't know, and I say that I don't know if he's gonna be really good his first season, but I think for sure next year he's gonna be really good. I think this year he's gonna be more of a off the bench type of guy, and then later in the season maybe he can come in and contribute as a starter. But I think he's gonna contribute off the bench and add depth to that defensive tackle, to the defensive line in general. Which is needed either way. Either way, I think he's gonna have some role on this team, whether it be big or I don't think he's gonna have a small role, but it's I don't know if it's gonna be big either. So we'll see there. Now for the next part of this, I'm gonna talk about individual players and how I feel about them or how I feel about the season, how I feel about the season coming up, and what how I feel like their stats are going to kind of look like, I guess. First one is Matthew Stafford. As I said earlier, it's his contract year, so he has to ball out. And I think he is. I think this is the best offense Matthew Stafford has ever had around him. We have running backs, we have receivers, we have tight ends, our offensive line. There is question marks, but I think Jim Bob Cooter, he did a really good job. And then the offensive line got better last year as the season went on. As soon as Jim Bob Cooter went into the offense, it seemed like the offensive line got better. I feel like people like to forget that, but I'm not too worried about the offensive line. I think it's the best offense Matthew Stafford's ever had around him. So I think he's going to have a big year this year, and I'm excited. I think he's going to have 4,500 yards passing. I'd like to see him have more touchdowns, maybe somewhere in the 30, 35 touchdown range. Like to have it under 10 interceptions, but you never know. It's possible though, because last year, the second half of the season, he played way better. So I'm expecting big things out of Matt Stafford, and I think every Lions fan is, because I really don't want to see him have a bad season, then go to a Super Bowl contending team and then win a whole bunch of Super Bowls. I'd rather him suck with the Lions than go win with someone else. I know it sounds weird and it sounds bad, but it is what it is. Honestly. And Darius Slay is the next one. He just had that big contract, and I know a lot of people are excited about Darius Slay. A lot of people are saying he's one of the better young cornerbacks in the NFL right now, and I agree with that fully. I think he is. I think after this season, we're going to start considering him one of the better corners, not young, but one of the better corners in the NFL, if not one of the best. one of the best is like loosely used around the NFL. So I mean, it's possible. People are considering Josh Norman. He came out of nowhere. Nobody was even talking about Josh Norman last year, coming into the season. And now everybody is just like, this dude's. I know he's more of a scheme corner, but anything's possible. Darius Slay could have a really big season and start being considered the best corner in the NFL. Anything's possible. So it all just depends. I think he could easily. I don't know about this year, but I think in about a year or two, I think we'll start considering him one of the best corner in the NFL. He'll be amongst that elite group. DeAndre Levy. I am so excited to see this dude play. I feel like it's been forever since we've seen this guy play. I'm so excited to see him play. I think he's going to be the difference between our defense being good and great. I think he's that good of a player. I think he's been the missing piece for the last 2 seasons, I feel like now. And I feel like him being back healthy, I think our defense is going to be really good this year. I'm not going to get into that either right now. We'll talk about that later. But, yeah. Golden Tate is next on the list. Sorry, that's my dog. Golden Tate's next on my list. I am really excited about Golden Tate. He's going to be our number 1 receiver. I don't think there's much of an argument there. I know we just signed Marvin Jones, but I think he's still going to be our number 1 receiver. I think it's going to be like 1A Golden, 1B Marvin, and then Anquan Boldin. But I think he's going to have a big season this year. Oh, and I forgot to say for Darius Slay, sorry. Getting off track. No, I think Darius Slay is going to have around 5 or 7 interceptions this year, which is pretty good, actually. It's the most he's ever had if he does actually do it. He's going to have a lot of interceptions, though. I think it might be even higher than that. I think he's going to have a big season this year. And DeAndre Levy, I think it's kind of hard to do a linebacker stat, so I'm not going to get all into that, especially because he plays outside, not the middle linebacker, so I don't really know. I don't know. I think he's still going to have a big season this year. But anyway, back to Golden Tate. I forgot what I was saying with Golden Tate. I just think he's going to be a good receiver. He's a number 1 receiver. I don't think there's really much debating that, honestly. That one season where Calvin Johnson was out for a while, he really balled out. And I mean, balled out. Like, he had some big games. And I'm excited to see him play, alongside Marvin Jones and Anquan Boldin and Eric Ebron. So I think he's going to have also around the 1,200-yard range. I really want to see him get touchdowns. I feel like every year he's been with the Detroit Lions so far, he hasn't had a lot of touchdowns. I want to see him score touchdowns. I think he's going to be somewhere around that 8, 9, or 10, maybe in the 11 range in touchdowns. I want to see him score touchdowns this year. So, yeah. And next on my list is Ziggy Ansah. Dude's a beast, bro. I am so excited to see this cat play. I think, he's going to he's going to ball out this year, honestly. I think we're going to start, after the season, we're going to start considering one of the better pass rushers. I'm not going to say the best, but we're going to start considering him amongst that elite group. Like, yeah, this dude's like one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. If he's not already being considered in that. My prediction for Ziggy, I think he's going to have 17 sacks, if not more. I think 17 is at the least he's going to have that. I'm really excited for Ziggy on that side. I think he's gonna explode this year. I can feel it. He's about to explode this year. Tahir Whitehead. He's on this list because I feel like we don't give him enough credit, and he's about to be our starting middle linebacker most likely. And I think he's gonna have a big time season this year. I think he's really gonna have a coming out part of this season. I'm not saying he's about to be all pro or anything, but I think he's gonna have a really good season this year, and he's going to be a big part of this defense. So I just wanted to kind of give T.R. Whitehead some credit out there. Kyle Van Noy. Coming out of college, I thought he was about to be like a really big time player for the Lions, like right out the gate, and he has not been, not even close. I know injuries kind of held him back his first season, kind of in the second season. I think he's going to have a big year this year, though. I mean, we've been hearing a lot of good things from, the coaching staff out of training camp and OTAs. So I'm really excited to see him play and see if he's really going to be a good player or stay with the Lions, honestly. I feel like he doesn't have a good season this year. I don't know if he's going to be on the team much longer. So, we'll see. And Nevin Lawson. I don't know much about this guy, but I keep hearing his name. And I was watching the Bengals game. He might have did in the Pittsburgh game too. I didn't watch the game